Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger, pushing each other to the limits. We were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me, cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
Hi Rach, this is the big day. We're here, we've made it. I just want you to know I love you so much, and this is what I want for the rest of my life. I love you. All right.
My love for you is deeper than the depths of any ocean, and as faithful as the stars that grace the night, as constant as the sun making its journey through the heavens, and we'll always be together, you and I. Together you and I can stop the rain.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of the Nottinghamshire Registration Service, but more importantly on behalf of Chris and Rachel, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to the Pheasantry Brewery on this very special occasion. My name is Isabel Krzyzewski, and it is my great pleasure to conduct your marriage ceremony today. My colleague Pauline is here to act as registrar and to ensure the legality of today's proceedings, to record the details into the official marriage register, where it will remain a record for all time. Before we begin the ceremony today, it is my duty to inform you that this place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. Are you ready to get married? Shall we do this? Is your full name Christopher Mark Boyer?
It is.
And is your full name Rachel Marie Kent? Yes. Fantastic. We are here to witness the joining in matrimony of Christopher Mark Boyer and Rachel Marie Kent. If any person here present knows of any lawful impediment why Chris and Rachel should not be joined in matrimony, they must declare it now. Just the sons of virtue. The right people, how marvellous. Chris and Rachel have chosen today as their wedding day, a celebration of their commitment now and for their future together. Marriage is a confirmation of the love, respect and friendship that they have for each other. The vows they will exchange will unite them as a married couple, with words that are a pledge of their love and a promise of lifelong dedication. Today's ceremony is a declaration of their commitment to each other. When two people make such a commitment, they form a special relationship founded on trust, love, respect and friendship. They have asked all of you here today to witness their promises to each other and to share with them their happiness and hopes for the future. Can I invite Martha to come and share some words that have been chosen for this occasion?
Now you will feel no storms. Each of you will be sheltered to the other.
Do you want me to do it, Martha? Are you okay?
Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warm to the other. Now there is no loneliness, for each of you is companion to the other. You are two persons, but there is one life before you, and one home. Turn together to look at the road you travelled, to reach this, the hour of your happiness. It stretches beyond you into the past. Look to the future that lies ahead, a long and winding adventure-filled road, whose every turn means discovery, new hopes, new joys, new laughter, and a few shared tears. May happiness be your companion. May beauty surround you both in the journey ahead. And through all the years to come, go this day to your dwelling place and enter into your days together. May your days be good and long upon the earth. Your adventure has just begun.
Well done, thank you, Martha. Thank you, Martha. Before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people, voluntarily entered into for life, to the exclusion of all others. Chris, can I come to you first? Do you, Christopher Mark Boyer, freely consent to be joined in marriage to Rachel Marie Kent?
I do.
And do you, Rachel Marie Kent, freely consent to be joined in marriage to Christopher Mark Boyer?
I do.
Lovely. I shall now ask each of you in turn to declare that to the best of your knowledge and belief, there is no lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So again, just repeat after me. And Christopher, you're going to go first.
Okay.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Christopher Mark Boyer,
Christopher Mark Boyer,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Rachel Marie Kent.
to Rachel Marie Kent.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I,
why
Christopher Mark Boyer.
Christopher Mark Boyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are able, would you please stand? Chris and Rachel have chosen to exchange rings, an ancient and traditional way of sealing the marriage vows. The wedding ring is an unbroken circle, symbolising everlasting love. It is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that have been made to each other. I'm going to ask Sean, who has the rings. Well done. You can present them on the tray if that's easier. Absolutely.
Very good.
If you would like to hold that for Chris. Chris, if you would like to take Rachel's ring and pop it on the third finger of his hand, all the way, hold hands. And then repeat after me. Rachel, I give you this ring
Rachel, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love and marriage.
as a symbol of our love and marriage. I promise to fill your life with happiness, courage and strength. I promise I'll always be there for you to embrace. I promise our lives will be full of smiles and laughs, and I promise to smile in every photograph.
And Rachel, would you like to take Chris's ring and pop that on the third finger of his left hand all the way? Keep holding hands. But say to Chris, Chris, I give you this ring
Chris, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love and marriage.
as a symbol of our love and marriage.
And then Rachel,
I promise to support you and stand by you whatever life throws our way. I promise to never stop appreciating everything you do. I will always be open and honest with you. I promise to laugh with you and cry with you, but care for you always.
Chris and Rachel will now make a binding contract of marriage to each other. Chris, you're going to go first today. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Christopher Mark Boyer,
Christopher Mark Boyer,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Rachel Marie Kent,
Rachel Marie Kent,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
And Rachel, I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Rachel Marie Kent,
Rachel Marie Kent,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Christopher Mark Boyer,
Christopher Mark Boyer,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Chris and Rachel, this is the start of a new chapter in your lives together. We hope that the feeling of love that you have for each other will deepen and grow stronger throughout the years to come. You have declared your commitment in the presence of your witnesses, and you have made solemn and binding promises. You've symbolised your marriage by the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of rings. It's my enormous pleasure to declare that you are legally joined as husband and wife. Please kiss that lovely wife of yours. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you.
dreams that you dream of dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I? Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. I've been sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong, I don't know where I went wrong, but I can write a song. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart.
To go overboard. He's a little shy, so she gives him a smile. And he said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking to me? I'm feeling a little low. mind if I send one back here to you? I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Lord, be alone when the letters say soldiers coming home. Some letters came from an army camp in California, then Vietnam, and he told her of his heart. It might be love and all the things he was so scared of. Said when it's getting kinda rough over here, think of that day sitting down at the pier and I close my eyes, see your pretty smile. Don't worry, but I won't be able to ride for a while. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letters say soldiers coming home. On Friday night at a football game, the Lord's Prayer said and the anthem sang. A man said, folks, would you bow your head for a list of local Vietnam dead? Crying all alone under the stands was a piccolo player in a marching band. One named Red, nobody really cared, but a pretty little girl with a bow in her hair. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letters say soldiers coming. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letters say soldiers coming home.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night, cheers. No, honestly, you're all here because I've married this stunning, gorgeous woman. Yeah. Woo! She's my wife, everybody! Yes, good to you. You know, she literally saved me, well, just saved me basically. I was in a bad place, had been for many years, death's doorstep basically, and this girl pulled me back. And everybody, my friends, my family, people who know me, are just so grateful for you being in my life and changing me and making me the best man I can possibly be. And for that, Rachel, I will love you for eternity. Honestly, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Oh, by the way, my mother-in-law now is going to speak to you. She's the best mother-in-law in the world. She bakes cakes. That's commissioned. It's Monica.
I don't like microphones, but there we go. I was discussing with a few friends back in Caister what I might say And I decided that it was best to keep it short and sweet, to which Karen responded just like Rachel. And then we talked. Well, yeah, I said that actually at the time. Then we talked about things that I probably shouldn't mention, things that I maybe possibly could mention, things that it might be quite good to mention, and things that I definitely need to mention. I'll try not to say any of the wrong ones at the wrong time. But before I start, there are a few people who aren't here today. There'll be more people that you know about and I don't. Ali, whom I believe you used to go and knock on the door, probably when Rachel was a baby in nappies. You'd be about 7 years old. You'd be going to Ali's, knocking on the door and saying, "Is she in? Can she play?" Gaynor Rodway, sends her love. She was really shocked to know you were getting married. But I did tell her that everybody has said, absolutely everybody that bumps into me or Patrick says, Rachel just looks so happy since she's met Chris. So those things that I shouldn't mention, square and round toast.
Tell me more.
I'll tell you another day. Winding up various people. She was very eloquent from a very young age, and she was quite small as well. So when she was 2.5, she looked as if she was about 1.5, and she could really, she could talk as much as I do, possibly even more. And everybody thought she was so wonderful. But occasionally she'd wind people up. So there was Hannah, her little friend, who walked a lot sooner than Rachel and was very physically capable. And one day, Rachel wound her up so much she pushed her into the dog basket. I remember another occasion when Daniel was so wound up with her that he just picked her up, Fiennes lift style, and threw her into her bedroom. And Alex Warmouth, I think I probably should mention the Warmouth today. I don't know quite what she was doing to Alex in the garden, but this was hilarious. He just picked her up and threw her in the paddling pool. Confiscated laptops being sent out of the hotel room for bad behaviour. But that was when she was sort of 14, 15, 16, not before then. Yeah, but they were probably banned at the time. All sorts of things. But her teachers at school always said she was perfect. And that just brings me on. Nick McCann sends you his love. He can't be here today, unfortunately, either. But he had a big influence at primary school in Rachel's life, teaching her to use a microphone, making her get up on the stage and sing. And I think that's something that we're all grateful that he did.
Oh, yeah.
Things that I should definitely mention. I think, where's Patrick? I can't see him. Yeah. I remember I had Rachel. She was trouble from the start, really. It took sort of, a very long, slow labour to give birth to her. But I was fine. I was in hospital just lying there in the bed, trying to give birth. Poor Patrick had to be driving up and down the A46 backwards and forwards, worrying whether the car might be stolen from the Nunsthorpe. Every time the alarm went off, we'd have about 10 midwives in the room and Patrick, and they'd all be looking out of the window, thinking, is it my car that's being stolen this time? But I was fairly oblivious to all this, because they'd given me lots of drugs and, all sorts of things.
Drugs are good.
Anyway, after a 3-day stay in hospital, I completely missed the bank holiday. We did get home. And I remember sitting on the sofa with Rachel in my arms, thinking, goodness, Patrick looks absolutely exhausted. And thinking, maybe it was the 3 days of driving backwards and forwards, or maybe it was the anticipation of Rachel. And the next, girl power, and all the trouble that a wife and 3 children might bring, 3 daughters, I should say, might bring in. But no, it was perfect, and I think that's one of the most amazing moments in my life, to sit there with her in my arms and think, wow, we created this. Fantastic. First day at school, she came home complaining. She said, but Mum, you said we were going to learn to read and write at school, and we didn't. First parents' evening, the teacher told me, Mr. Gooch it was, he said, she's completed all her early years curriculum. So I said, does that mean I can keep her at home for the rest of the year? And Patrick said, when does she get to learn a musical instrument? So that was the start of things. She did start fairly soon after that. At 7, she played in her first festival, and I remember being absolutely panic-stricken. I nearly blacked out. I was so scared. I'm not the best at performing musically in front of anybody. I do like playing in the lounge when there's nobody in. But she got up onto the stool in Grimsby Town Hall. Her feet wouldn't reach the floor. She played an octave higher than she should, and I was the whole time just getting more and more stressed and nervous. I couldn't go out because I thought if I do stand up I might faint. Thought, oh well, she'll hate it, it'll be fine, she'll come back, she'll never want to do it again. She skipped back to me and said, "Mummy, that was fun, when can I do it again?" Yeah, so she's always liked performing. But Rachel too has had a few ups and downs, and as I said at the beginning, one thing that has been a consistent theme ever since Rachel told us by text message photo in the car on the way back from Durham, and Martha's boyfriend Charlie was in the car with me at the time and swore, and he never swears in front of me. We thought, oh my goodness, Rachel's getting married. But since that moment, everybody, both her colleagues at Caister Primary School, any family that's met her, and all our friends in Caister have all said that she just looks radiant. She looks so happy. She's put a bit of weight on, which you're not supposed to say to a lady, are you? But in Rachel's case, it's a good thing. So thank you, Chris. Thank you for that. She is a very talented girl. She loves her music. She is good at language. She picks me up when I make grammatical errors and miss punctuation out. She's her mother's daughter. But I know that she's been welcomed now into a very special family with Ray and Linda and Donna and little Caleb. And I know that you've both had tough times, haven't you? But you're going to be there to support each other, and they're going to be there to support you as well. I remember Mum saying that she'd not lost 3 daughters, she'd gained 3 sons. I feel like that too. Yeah, well, Chris is like 3 sons, that's right. You're so together, and it's so lovely to see you as soulmates. It was lovely last Sunday that Patrick and I had Ray and Linda around, as well as Chris and Rachel, and I hope to be many more times like that. I've already planned with Linda that we have a girls' night in, and the men are on chauffeur duty, so it'll be fine. Martha mentioned in what she read this morning that you're going to tread a long and winding path filled with adventure. And I'd like to ask us, everybody here now, to wish you well on that journey. Can I ask you to be upstanding to toast Rachel and Chris, the bride and groom? And I shall now hand over to Sean. His speech is much better prepared than mine.
If I wasn't nervous before, I mean, that was, I'm not on that emotional level, so.
I don't want to cry anymore.
Oh, no, well, probably be me more than you. Okay, it is pre-written, so it's very sort of, yeah. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and Chris. They say that every couple has a third wheel, and it would seem I filled that job role. So for those who don't know me or haven't met me, my name's Sean. I'm the best man. I'm very friendly, thank you. I'm house trained, I don't bite, and I'm normally...
Sound like a dog?
Well, a little bit, yeah, well, it can be. But I'm normally found working with Chris and listening to his singing and bad jokes. Well, that's it, yeah, apparently that is what I'm paid to do. So, but I'm also a complete novice at public speaking, and I have this overwhelming urge to prove that to you today. So on behalf of the bridesmaids and myself, I would like to thank Chris and Rachel for asking us to be involved in one of the most important days of their lives. I know they have both put in a huge amount of effort into the planning of this wedding, and I can only hope that everything apart from this speech has and will exceed their expectations. Speaking of the bridesmaids, may I first take this opportunity to say how beautiful you look today. You really were a picture. Secondly, and more importantly, I just want to thank you all for all being here on time today. Because trust me, I know more than anyone that Rachel is crazy for being and has a mega obsession with being early for everything. The bridesmaids, however, come second only to the beautiful blushing bride, who is, I'm sure you'll all agree, absolutely stunning. And Chris, you just look stunned, mate. Patrick and Monica, you must be extremely proud of Rachel. Next, I'd like to take some time to thank a few people who, on the face of it all, have had a fairly easy day. They've had to cope with all the difficulties of standing around, pouting, and looking pretty, spent a lot of time on their hair, makeup and outfits, and without them the day just wouldn't be the same. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the ushers. Well, more so on the hair for some people. Yeah. I'd also like to thank all of you for being here today, especially those who knew I'd be saying a few words. It's very touching that you still decided to come. To see this many people here at a wedding in a different town, county, or country for some, amazes me. I still can't get over how far people will travel for free meal and some complimentary groceries. Seriously, hello, Chris and Rachel. Seeing this many people go to all this effort to be here for you two today, in this absolutely stunning place, is touching. You know, they're all here for you, and it's amazing to see. I'm sure everyone here agrees with me when I say what an absolutely stunning this place is you've picked, not only to host one of the most important and special days of your lives, but also well done for organising a piss up in a brewery. Now, I first met Chris at school many moons ago, and I can honestly say that he is one of, if not the best bloke I've ever met. He's been a brilliant friend to me, and truly is an honour to be his best man. We've had some excellent times together, and I know we'll continue to do so in the future. No one was happier than I when Chris met Rachel. I've seen their romance blossom. It was like watching a fairy tale unfold. And sure, I know some of you are thinking, what fairy tale would that be, Sean? Beauty and the Beast? No. After seeing Chris's baby pictures, more like the Princess and the Frog. So, how did I become best man? Pity, mainly. After running them back and forth and going through some of the wedding plans, as well as endless nights of being the third wheel, they felt they needed to include me in the wedding. Now this is just a small example of Chris and Rachel's massive hearts and how they will go out their way to help a friend. I find it incredible that these two people, after the amount of love that they have for each other, have enough left for others, even though they are really weird. I mean, I could pad out this speech with endless examples of their oddness, but I'm sure if you haven't already experienced it, you will. Now, with part as a speech, I'm apparently supposed to sing Chris's praises and tell you all about his many good points. And to be honest, I'm not a great liar. And I'm definitely no Sinatra. I did have a few cracking stories to share with you, mostly show and tell stuff, but the props are taken from Chris's special box. Under his bed were probably not appropriate. I had wanted to begin by telling you a little bit about Chris's years growing up, and given that pictures usually paint 1,000 words, I wanted to find a photo to represent this period to show you all. So I asked around. In my quest, I was sent a lovely cute photo of Chris lying on a sheepskin rug in his birthday suit, dribbling, his cheeky grin covered in chocolate from a biscuit held in his hand. And as I say, I was looking to get a photo to enlarge and present to you all today. But given this photo was only taken a couple of weeks ago, mine just goes a little bit too much in Now, like I said, I had the joy of going to school with Chris. And during his early days, I managed to get some school reports, or snippets from school reports, just a couple. Technical drawing, although very keen, Chris has a distinct problem differentiating between inches and millimetres. Music was always one of Chris's favourites. He said, the teacher writes, Chris takes a very hands-on approach to music. I just wish he'd concentrate his efforts on playing in a band rather than with himself. Now, I've heard a few of you comment throughout the day just how calm and collected Chris looks today, and I must say that I agree. However, you didn't see him this morning. I was all trying to get him out of bed and feed him that bacon bun. You may also be surprised to hear that Chris hasn't always been this good looking. Now, I'm not saying that he was an ugly baby, but Linda probably only had morning sickness afterwards. Well, a little bit, okay. At this point in my speech, I would like to have told you about the stag weekend. But the law of the stag does not allow me to do this. Besides, Chris's solicitors have advised until these charges are dropped. Get me a drink or two later on at the bar. You might help loosen my vocal cords. Again, anyone who attended, you might want to buy me silence. I've got photos. As we near the end of the speech, I just wanted to say how much of a great couple you make together. How lucky you both are to have found each other. You're absolutely perfect for one another, and it's great that you found someone to share the rest of your lives with that seems to fit together so effortlessly. You must make so many people so proud every single day. Patrick, Monica, I've lost you. Ray and Linda, you must be also grateful to have these two people joined in your lives. There is, however, one more person, personally, who I'm prouder than all of those here today, and that's me. As nerve-wracking as the day has been for me, I would do it 1,000 times to feel as honoured as I was when you asked me to be your best man. I can't put into words how grateful I am to be such a part of this special day. I'll never be able to thank you. Finally, when I was preparing today's speech, I thought I'll conclude by summing up Chris in a few kind words. Struggling for inspiration, I turned to some of his friends and family. Went through them all just to see what first words popped into their heads. All I can say is they do love you. I'll leave it there. Now, it's customary for the best man to give some words of wisdom to the newlyweds on marriage. Me not being married, I can't speak from experience. So I went out looking for happily married couples that could offer some advice. I'm still looking. But finally, to the one part of my speech that isn't a duty, on behalf of everyone here today, I want to wish you both many, many more years of happiness and a long and fruitful marriage. So I'd like you to all stand, raise a glass, join me in a toast to congratulate the newly Mr. and Mrs. Boyer. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the bride and groom.
Congratulations! Everybody!
Now it's time for the fun part. So I'd like to ask if Chris and Rachel, if you want to come and stand forth and cut a cake for you. Not for you. You can do anything.
Used to spend my nights out in the barroom. Liquor was the only love I'd known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back, being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. I've looked for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. get me high, and you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along.